Richard Shaw. Now this is also a table example what a real Bible code table. Now the first thing very important to emphasize that the codes are working according to our tradition only in the 5 books of Moses, because all the idea of the codes are showing what God planned. We believe, this is what Kabbalah says, that God in the beginning made a program for 6,000 years. Like today a pilot, before going, he put in the program all the routes that is going up till the destination. This is exactly the idea of Bible code, of Torah code. Basically, it does not work in the Bible, it does not work in the other books, because only in the Torah you can find this description of all verses coming together. So this is important to know, that things according to our tradition, codes, Torah codes, Bible codes don't work in the Bible, only the 5 books of Moses, because they were the blueprint of creation, and therefore in the 5 books of Moses we can see exactly what was planned by God and what came out, and what we see is really what came out. So somebody who looks for codes in the others does not, one can say it is perhaps a support, like we have in Hebrew idea of Siyata 12, but this picture of a code with all the story will not find in the Bible. Very important to know. So therefore, realizing this fact, one can ignore all codes which are coming in Bible and so on. This is important to know. Now, here you have very interesting example of Torah code, Bible code. The first thing, many people ask me where you found it in the Torah. So here you have, one can see, if you know Hebrew, so you know that Aleph is 1, this is Genesis. Now what you see here is the chapter, where it was found, So it started from the beginning of Genesis, 1, Aleph is 1, and 1 really starts from the beginning of Genesis. You have the story here. Now how we started this table? So we started with minimal. Kodim emet. Kodim are true. Every 3 letters. Codes are true, no? But you think it is only a coincidence? This is a minimal of the words Kodim emet. Codes are true. Every 3 letters minimal. Right? So this is how we started. Then definitely, as one should know, that all what we did, as Richard showed, we have many other tables to show clearly that according to our tradition, the codes are part of discoveries before Messiah, and it is called the doctrine of Messiah. Why? Because according to our tradition, when Messiah will come, and before will already example of many things which are secrets, really, which are indicated in the Torah, and they will be revealed with the time of Messiah. And really, the Vilna Gaon says that what we find, the codes, are already the beginning of it. So therefore, we looked for the doctrine of God, which comes here also, Torah Yud-Kei, the Torah of God. Then we look for the Messiah, son of Jesse, because this is part of the story, because this is a preparation for it. Then, as you can see in this table that we did it with Richard Shaw, when the idea, really, Richard Shaw brought and distributed through the documentary and other ways the Torah code, the Bible code. So here you have the word in Hebrew, parallel, ufas, that the code, the doctrine of code, or the code, but so here you have the code, was distributed on the year Tavshinayin Vav. This was 2 years before, it means the 776, right? This was a time that really the document came out very strongly, distributed all over. So then coming here, exactly the right words which are connected. Yeah, and also you can see yourself that this is minimal, there is minimal, rather very small. And son of Jesse is connected with this thing. Then, definitely, looking for more Messiah time, yeah, Messiah. Now, in fact, this is what we did on the year 5778, this year. So year 5778, this is when we did it. Now, here we wanted to know people really were involved in distributing it, we're doing it. So then we see very interesting Elijah, this is Eliyahu, this is, might refer to Rips, which is called Eliyahu. And here you have Matityahu. Okay, this is myself, what we can do, because I deal with this, but it's written Matityahu and Eliyahu. Yeah, Matityahu, this is my name, Eliyahu, the same of Professor Rips. And here is written also what the courts will do, what is the purpose of the court. Yireu kol am, the whole nations will see it like you see today, that all over the world, BBC, Richard Shaw, and many other television shows it, yes, so people know about it, yes. Then, also what is interesting, as speaking about the distributing of the code, as you see the view of the code, and the years that really it happened really, this was this years, as we said, 5776, and then we have to look who did it. So here comes best meeting of Richard and Shaw. You see, Richard Shaw. Yeah, quite small skip, Shaw and Richard. Nothing, it is so simple to find these names. The letters are not so usual. Richard, right? Then comes this. So, also, as Jews, we believe that to have Messiah, we have to behave properly, to follow the Torah, the laws of the Torah. In Hebrew, this is the word tshuva, repentance. Repentance, because according to our belief, this phenomena of the courts, when we look into it properly, we can see it is something from God, from divine, to teach us that there is Torah, and Torah have commandments, the Jews have to keep the Torah, the Sabbath and all these things. And this is what comes here. Yeah, this is part of Mashiach, is written the Messiah will come, will behave, Jews will behave according to the Torah, keeping all the mitzvot, the Sabbath. And this is called Shuvah. This Maimonides says, redemption, Messiah, son of Jesse, Messiah, which all comes here, will come in the merit of doing Shuvah, repentance. So this is really, so people ask me, they want to see where it appears in the Torah. Here you have, clearly, in Genesis, these verses, this one. And as I said, what makes this table very significant, that it exactly describes the situation of the courts, which we believe are truth, the Torah tells are truth, and then we are busy in this, and also fits with the idea that it is part of the times of Messiah, son of Jesse, Messiah. So it means all the verses are connected, yeah? And as I said, quite minimal. This is called Imemet minimal. So, altogether, as we said, this is example what is a real Torah code, Bible code table. This is one of many. I have about 3,000 of them, but to bring you beautiful ones and also right ones, we describe exactly the situation. It has to be the right words and the right spelling. Unfortunately, I don't want to say, but I look in the other places that the Hebrew words are not used properly. People who try to show codes put words in Hebrew which are not the right words. So you have to know Hebrew properly. So, as I said, this is one of many tables, because the other tables that we have also shows that this is a doctrine of Messiah, of God. In fact, it is good, but this is a Messiah will show us, the doctrine of God. So, interesting, significant table, and we are going to show many more of this one, which really, by looking into it and seeing the difference between other codes and this one, people will realize what is the truth.